Welcome or welcome back. Last time I picked the rings up quite a bit higher than I normally do because I didn't have access to my normal safety bar. And in between that day and the day I'm about to show you, I attempted German hangs again and got a little bit further, nothing too crazy. I'm still pretty concerned about my shoulders ripping out of socket when I get flipped all the way over. So let's clear the scoreboard from last time and see how it went. Alright, as we can see, I got my bar back again for the day, but first attempt, here we go. Good controlled up. Good shoulder press motion up quite high. Seeing if I can get a little bit of balance, but the bar that the straps are hanging on kind of interferes with that. Sinking down slowly. Good bit of balance. Very good one, actually. That was a little awkward looking. That one was off to the left a little bit. Press motion without hitting the bar. And that's it for that. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 69.2 seconds with 0 touchdowns. Alright, second attempt of the day. Going straight up. Very gentle impact. Pretty good shoulder press motion for the second one. Up quite high again. Good bit of balance. A little bit of press motion, but had to fall back into the bar. Press motion without falling into the bar. Good bit of balance again. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's an additional 79.7 seconds and no touchdowns. Alright, third attempt, let's do it. Going straight up again. Very gentle impact again. A little bit of press motion. Don't have a whole lot left in the tank for that, I don't think. Good bit of balance. Good controlled descent. L-sit still looking pretty decent. Another really good bit of balance. Well, up until there. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, we can add 60.2 seconds and 0 touchdowns. Alright, fourth attempt of the day. Here we go. Going straight up again. Good reactionary force. Still don't think I've touched the bar. I just barely tapped it there. Very gentle impact on the straps. A little bit of press motion. A little bit of balance. Good reactionary force again. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 55.9 seconds and 0 touchdowns. All right, fifth and final attempt of the day. Starting with an L sit this time. Didn't hold it too long. Good reactionary force. Barely touched the straps. Good bit of balance. Another very gentle impact. A little bit of press motion up against the straps. Kind of leaning off to the left. And that's it for that one. So if we go to the scoreboard, that's 61.7 seconds and 0 touchdowns. So as a grand total for the day, we were in the air for 326.7 seconds with no touchdowns. Okay, on to the things, and it's going to be something new, and it's rings turned out dips. So here we go. And perhaps I should say I'm trying to acclimate myself with the position more than actually aiming to get a dip. And much like push-ups, the author said that this is going to feel wildly unstable, and you're going to feel it in your forearms and your biceps, and both of those things are proving to be very true. So sinking down as low as I'm comfortable, which I feel like it's further, but it's not. Second attempt. And as I've stated before, this isn't going on the scoreboard. This is just for show and tell. So holding at the top, sinking down as low as I'm comfortable. Again, not super far. Third attempt. You can see I'm quite shaky. Fourth attempt. And the last attempt. And that was it for that. Okay, some takeaways, and then I'm going to get out of here. We've now crossed over 4 hours of total time since we started doing all this. And today wasn't a personal record, but as far as time goes, it was pretty close. Now, I really did like that on the second set, I had a really solid shoulder press motion that was almost all the way up to the top. That's pretty unusual. Usually I can just get it on the first and not any subsequent ones. So as far as rings turned out dips go, again, that wasn't really a dip. I'm just trying to acclimate myself with the position, and it's definitely going to need some work. It does feel very unstable. So we'll try that again another day, but that's it for the day. Feel free to check back in or not. Up to you.